What is good, gang? Welcome back to the YouTube, and in today's video we're going to be going over how I made over 26k in a single week, and I'm going to show you the steps so that you can do the exact same. Now, just before I get started, you don't need a qualification, you don't need to be super smart. I went from being a trade, even working FIFO, to then transitioning into the online space, selling expensive digital products, and this is how I did it. So I only did this with one digital product, okay? And I'm gonna break down absolutely everything today for you guys. And for the people that are new here, I help people get out of the trades, get out of 9 to 5, and create freedom in their life by selling digital products or starting an online income through sales, through marketing, through communication. Majority of those selling digital products. Before we get started in this video, please like and subscribe because I am dropping videos like this every single week, giving you the source and everything that you need to be successful in the online space. So let's get straight into it. All right, guys, so this is how I made 26,682 Australian dollars in one single week with one digital product. All right, so starting off, let me read you one of the community posts that I made inside the community that helped me get started with this. So what's up, family? For those that don't know me, my name is Asher Shaw. I've been doing this for over a year now, and I am living proof that this shit works and can change your life. As someone that went from doing underground diamond drilling, making 4 to 6k a month, to now being on track to making my first 100k month with digital sales. This is by far the best place to start your journey and achieve your dreams. This is me with the Lamborghini, flying first class, and even the invoice as proof. So overall, what was the method and how can you do the same? How can you replicate my success? All right, so what was the method and how can you do the same? How can you achieve the same results and get the same success that I had? How can you basically replicate my success and take your life from here all the way to here? So let me just take you back to the beginning, back to where it all started, back to basically day one. So this was pretty much my life. This is how things looked. Everything, was pretty stock standard. I was working. I, had my mates. I enjoyed surfing. I was also doing construction, and I wasn't really satisfied with my life. I wasn't happy. I was working 5 to 6 days a week. Even when I was working FIFO, I was working 7 days a week, 14 days straight, 80 to 90 hours a week, working FIFO. Yes, I was earning good money, but I was always getting pulled back to square one and limited to what I could do. So yeah, I was making good money, but everything, even if I would go on holiday, I would end up back with the same savings, or I'd end up back to zero. And it was this constant life of good, and then back down, and then and I just lived my whole life like this. But how I wanted to live my life was like this, I spend, back up, and just constantly increasing, making more money, enjoying more life, and yes, having, some breaks here, but overall increasing from down here up to here. You get what I mean? So I wanted this, but this is my reality. And I know that for you, a lot of you guys, it's the same reality. You just can't get ahead, especially with the cost of living. You're trying to save for a house, but you just can't get your hands on any money or any savings. And it's very, very difficult. Now, see, the thing that I wanted in my life was I wanted freedom, I wanted money, but I really wanted mobility and a sense of purpose as well. Because you can have a lot of money, you can be a multi-millionaire, but I guess if you don't have a purpose that you need to do and that's something that you need to execute every single day, then you're just gonna become a couch potato. There's gonna be really no value to your life. And that's why a lot of people that win the lottery, they just either lose it or they go depressed and then they just screw their life up. And now when I went into FIFO, when I was working underground, doing 2 weeks on, 1 week off, I had a little bit of freedom, but at the cost of sacrificing a lot of time, you know what I mean? And that's the thing with people that say with like, oh yeah, FIFO, you're gonna have all this time. Yes, but you're also sacrificing so much time. I did have money, but the sacrifices I never saw. The amount of money that I was earning was not worth the sacrifice, in my personal opinion. So next what came was the great realization and that awakening moment. And a lot of you are probably having that right now because you're watching this video, and that is proof that you're in the step to going the right way. So you're in the right direction, which is really good. So I realized that no matter how hard I work in a job, it will only pay me enough to survive until the next pay. And I realized that yes, FIFO and construction are solid jobs and safe jobs, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough for me to get ahead. It wasn't enough to achieve and do the things that I wanted in my life. I wanted to live a life different than being on the tools. This was my biggest thing. I didn't mind working. I liked working with my hands. I like, creating things, building things, solving things. I enjoyed FIFO, but I just didn't think it was I wanted a different life, you know? So I woke up to the fact that I need to do something different to change my life. I need to do something different and to get a different result. If I keep doing the same thing, I'm just gonna end up in the same place a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, for the rest of my life. And it's the same for you. You've done the same thing, which has gotten you here, where you are right now. So you need to pivot and you need to change to do something different and to get a different result, right? Which is where the challenge and I guess the fear and the uncomfort and uncertainty comes in, because you've never done that before. But that is 100% normal, and that is all part of the journey of success. So just to give you proof, at the end of 2023, I was earning $1,764, and then that was before tax. After tax, I was making $1,338 a week. Is this enough to live? Yes, I guess you could say, but for me and my life that I wanted more. So I decided to make that pivot, and I went into remote high ticket sales. Now the reason for this was because it's a remote location, no cap. Now the reason for this was because it had location freedom, meaning I could go wherever I want and still be able to make money. Next was no cap income, meaning the harder that I work, the more money that I make. So the thing that not a lot of people realize, and what you probably don't realize, is that you are already working really, really hard. You already have an insane work ethic. If you're working 8 to 12 to 14 hours a day, your work ethic is probably the best in the country, right? So you need to be able to pivot that into something that's actually going to reward you. And that was what I did. So the harder I worked in this space, the more I got rewarded, the more money I made. I always had the work ethic and the hard workmanship, but I was doing it for $20 to $40 an hour. So I really wasn't getting bang for my buck with the type of work and the effort that I was putting in. All right, so was this decision scary? Was this leap of faith scary? Fucking oath, bro. Fucking oath. It was scary. It was terrifying. But it was something different. And mind you, I was making no money at this point. You know, there was a period a couple months where I was making no money, but I was just learning. I was getting on these coaching calls every single day as much as possible, taking down notes, trying to, get my head around everything, practicing role plays, practicing skills, getting roasted on the live sales calls because we were reviewing the role plays and they were shit. And I just did that over and over and over and over again. But the thing was, I was growing and I was getting better and I was, improving. Even getting roasted, even getting, told from the coaches, bro, this sucks, but do this. That is the quickest and I think the contributing factor that got me the results within, 1 to 2 months. But really when I started this, what did I have to lose? You know what I mean? Like, what was I really having to lose at this point? So by putting myself around with coaches, with sales coaches, with people that were, helping me, I was putting myself in conversations with ultra successful people. I was learning real skills to make real money. I was shown step by step on how to execute them. This is what is so important, is being surrounded by successful people. Right now, you're not surrounded by successful people. You might think maybe because you're surrounded by your boss and someone that makes, above $50 an hour, but those people are not successful. They are simply a cog in the machine of the working class. That's fine, but we're trying to get to the ultra level. So when I put myself in the room, on calls with these people, I found that they behaved a lot different. They weren't caught up with Love Island or watching the footy. They were trying to get rich. And they were doing it for a better life for them, their family, building generational wealth, and then they were sharing it onto me and how they did it. So this is the biggest thing, is being around people that are already successful. And the big thing is learning real skills to make real money. In school, we don't learn real skills to learn real money. Who the fuck and how the fuck are people getting an arts degree, or a communications degree? Learn real skills to make you real money. It's that simple. And I've created a quote here: who you surround yourself with is who you become. That's it. So what was the route that I took that started printing me cash? How did I do it? Let's get into it. So the route that I went down was I learned 2 skills. I learned sales and I learned marketing. First, I learned selling high ticket digital products, and then marketing, being able to market those digital products. Now, you don't need to do marketing if you don't want to. This was just the next step that I wanted to do. You can predominantly just focus on sales and this year, because that is a path to making 10, 20, 30K a month consistently, okay? And when you have that skill, then you can sell anything, no matter what business, no matter what market you go into. So these are the best high income skills. Along with that, these are high income skills that no one and nothing will ever replace. It's not like, especially in the online space, you outsource a lot of your stuff like copywriting, editing, posting, all of these different things to Filipinos, Vietnamese, Indians, and you outsource that to cheaper people that can do it for cheaper, right? Sales and marketing, you can't do that. And that's where you come in. That's where you right now are so valuable. Being able to speak English, being able to, understand this video is such a valuable skill that you have and you're not even using. Like I said before, look at this. This is an old video of me on a coaching call. So for those that are new, what is remote closing and what is an appointment setting? So I go over this a lot in my videos, but in the easiest way. So appointment setting is the best for beginners. Appointment setting is the process of finding potential clients, leads, and scheduling meetings or calls for sales teams to pitch products and services, acting as a crucial first step in the sales pipeline to generate qualified opportunities and drive business growth by connecting with decision makers and addressing initial concerns. Okay, so all it is you have a customer or let's say a lead, like I've just said here, and there's a business. So that lead or that customer is interested in the product or service that the business is selling, making sure that they're the right fit, making sure that the business and what they're selling can actually help them. Then you are simply adding them through to the pipeline to a remote closer, and that closer will then close the deal. Okay, very, very simple. It's done mainly through Instagram DMs or over the phone as an SDR caller. You don't need to post on social media. You don't need to promote products. You just book in calls. So that is it. And a lot of the time you'll be logged in as the influencer, as the business on their account, and you'll be appointment setting for them. But we're also asking, well, what sort of business would allow me and trust me with their business and their Instagram? You would find a lot of them actually do, and Instagram is actually built for this. Okay, there's in the Instagram business mode, it's made for setters. You can have multiple people logged into your account and they can't, change profile pics or they can't change the password. You have to, the person who created the account or the business owner can only do that. So that's why people allow people to log into their accounts. And pretty much anyone that you see that's selling something online, like fitness coaching, mental health, business, online, drop shipping, they all have appointment setters. I guarantee you, bro. So the potential earnings with this are between $300 a day and $500 a day consistently. As you can see here from Kieran, he made 350 pounds in one day in Australia. That's about 700 Australian dollars. So this is not as big as some wins you usually see in here, but just after 49 days of being a part of the community, I have hit my biggest day yet, making 350 pounds, which I'm absolutely stoked about. It would have taken me a full week in my part-time job to make this, which is mad. Absolutely massive. He's been able to make that in a single day. And that's what he would normally make in 7 days or 5 days of working. Now, just to prove to you that this is legit, this is an appointment setting job opportunity that you can apply to. This is on Seek.com, very known by Australians. But appointment setter for warm leads. It's got Gold Coast. It is paying between 6K and 8K per month. So you can see with the skills, and it was posted 1 hour ago, that this is a legit offer and they are doing solar as well. So really good there. So then there is remote closing, which is the next step up from setting. So normally you go from being an appointment setter, you understand that, then you move into an SDR role, which is like the appointment setting over the phone, and then you go into closing. So in simple terms, remote closing is finalizing the sale transaction digitally without in-person meetings, using tools like video calls, phone calls, like Zoom, all that kind of stuff, Google Meeting, whatever it is, email to handle the presentation, negotiations, and document signing. So basically, the appointment setter books the call through the DMs or on the phone with the customer, and let's say it's like Monday, 6 o'clock. That closer then takes that call on a laptop, takes a call, runs them through a framework that they're trained in, and eventually close the deal. If they do, then they make money. If they don't, then they didn't do their job right. But the potential earnings with this and what you can really make is between $500 and $1,500. Now, the reason why it's bigger than the appointment setting is because you're getting a bigger percentage because you're doing a more skilled role. Being able to send messages on your phone, yes, it is a skill, yes, it does take work, but it isn't as much of a skill as closing someone basically face-to-face on a Zoom call. And you'll generally be earning between 10 to 15% of the deal or of the cash of the entire deal that you close. Let's say it's $10,000, you make it 10%, you will make $1,000. Simple as that. Okay, so proof of concept that this shit is legit and this actually, works. And proof of concept is we have Michael who made 7.5K in a single week closing deals. So one day or day one, 5 months of hard work, dedication, and pure obsession has eventually to me earning in 1 week what I would previously earn in 5 weeks in construction. So since getting started with the community on September 1st, 2024 to landing my closing role in just 6 weeks, I've learned that the one thing that will bring you success is if you become obsessed with it. So very, very wise words, and the possibility that if you're going to be earning $1,000 per deal on a $10,000 deal, it is very possible to close a deal per day and make 7K in a single week. And proof of this, we have a solar company looking for a closer. It's fully remote, meaning you can do it from anywhere in the world, and it's paying between $270,000 to $300,000 a year, and it was posted 4 days ago. So this is just the proof that this stuff is actually legit, and I'm not just talking out of my asshole, but this is Australian as well. Okay, so but how did I make the 26K in a single week? Because it wasn't for closing, it wasn't from appointment setting, it was by combining those two, and then also combining marketing of selling a digital product. So I combined both these skills, and then I used all together to promote and sell someone else's products, which I received payouts from $1,000 to $1,000 per sale. Now, this next part does require posting on social media. Now, if you don't want to do that and you just want to do the remote closing and the appointment setting, and you want to get the right training, you want to get the right guidance with this and earn up to 7 to 10K a week with closing, there is a link in the description to book in a call with the same people that trained me, Michael, and all the other people that you see here. So if you want to do that, you want to get the results, you want the right training, you want hands-on one-on-one coaching, click that link, book in the call, and best of luck with it. But let's get back into it. So do you have to post content to promote digital products? Yes, you do. But that is how you build maximum leverage with your time and being able to make $1,000 to $5,000 per sale. Is it scary? Is it daunting? Yes. Remember, the dream life that you want is on the other side of something you're scared of. And remember, if you change nothing in your life, then you can expect 2026 to be the same as 2025, and really ask yourself, do you really want that? And the next question is where to go for the right training with this, where to go to actually get the steps, to actually get results like this, 26K in a week, 19K in a month. Where do you go? Like I said before, if you want the training for all of this, you want hands-on one-on-one guidance shown step-by-step on exactly how to achieve this, there's that link in the description that will help you book onto a call and get started. Now, I must say, my team only works with people that are serious and ready to make a change. We're not looking for anyone that just wants to make a couple $100 a week, side hustle. No, we are looking for people that are ready to actually get started. So that's it from me. If you have any questions, let me know, and I look forward to seeing you inside the community.